Hey everyone, welcome to Real Talk Tuesday. I am Crystal Kiefer with Crystal Kiefer Inspired, and I help women trade limited mindsets for the truth. You know those little mindsets that keep us in a box, those lies that keep us in bondage. We're going to trade that for the truth. So my mission is to bring truth, light, and encouragement to as many women as possible, helping them to realize who they are, allow them to tell their story while leaving them ridiculously hopeful for tomorrow. You guys, it's Tuesday, it's rainy outside, and let's dive into some real talk. So today's topic, I actually shared this topic this morning on my Raw Sisterhood page. It's a private group. If you'd like to join, search Raw, RAW, / Real Amazing Women Sisterhood, and you'll find it. You have to answer a few questions before you get approved to get in there to make sure that you actually want to be there, but that's what that is. Anyways, I shared something this morning that was kind of on my heart about something that I had been feeling, like this pressure to keep up, this pressure to perform, this pressure to do other things because we're all quarantined and at home a lot more than usual. But I was realizing something. Some of us are in a season where God is literally saying, I need you to sit down. But we haven't thought about it that way. I'm going to share a little bit of my story the past few weeks and how some things have kind of played out for me. Now, we know if we have a computer, computers work. If we have a hard drive, portable hard drive, you plug it into the computer, they pull up your files, you got it, bam, you can get things done, right? You have apps on your phone, you can create images and do all these things. But all of my things kind of like stop working. Stop working. Why is that? Here I am trying to dive in, trying to show up, trying to, do what I do. And I even went as far as, the way I operate, I partner with God. I partner with Holy Spirit. Like I feel His presence and His guidance and nudges and telling me to do certain things. So I felt the nudge to upgrade my paints, like my paint that I paint with. So I bought new paints, I bought new canvases, like the really art grade gallery ones, because I was like graduating to another level. So I got all that in the store. And then it's all like just sitting there looking at me. Because my mind literally goes blank. And I haven't had any ideas or any new downloads on what the heck I'm supposed to be painting. My computer, my lovely computer, decides to stop working. And granted, it was time for a new computer. I even went out and bought a new one. I bought a new computer. I did research on said computer, and it was supposed to handle Lightroom, which is what I edit my photos in, handle me creating content, creating images, creating like all the things, Photoshop, and be able to like have speed. Well, I'm working on all my things and it's freezing and it's stopping. I'll open it up and then like the screen is frozen. And I hit like Control Alternate Delete to pull up the task manager. How about the task manager pulls up behind the frozen thing so I can't even access it? You've got to realize that's so frustrating. Okay, let me keep going. The hard drive that I have a portable hard drive. It's been working beautifully until this season. I'll plug it into my computer. My computer doesn't recognize it. I plug it into my husband's computer. Hubby's computer does not recognize it. I plug it into the new computer. Guess what? It's unrecognizable and I can't access it. A book that I've been writing and I was wanting to dig into is on that hard drive. My jaw, like the vehicle that I use to actually talk, I had surgery back in high school and I had an underbite, so if I can do it right now. My bottom jaw was protruded out, kind of like that, if you can see. But I had surgery to fix it, so now it's in the proper space. But right now, I cannot open my jaw but so wide because it hurts. So what I'm saying is, as I've been wanting to dig into things, God has been knocking at my door saying, hey, I need you in this season to sit, to rest, to be still. But isn't that hard when we're seeing everyone else dig in and check things off their list and knock things out and do whole house renovations? Well, I am doing a whole house renovation because that's what we're doing right now. But everybody else is like doing these things, right? And so it's easy to look out and think that we should be able to keep up as well. So I felt that on my heart this morning that there are some of you out there that are feeling like you just don't have it in you. You don't have the energy, you don't have the willpower, you don't have the mindset, you don't have, like, you know there's something, but you can't quite get there and actually do it. This can actually go two ways. One way is God's knocking at your door saying, hey, I need you to sit and be still. And the other way is sometimes we do need to get up off our bottoms and do something. I'm not calling anyone lazy, I'm not calling myself lazy, but sometimes we do get into habits that don't create productivity, where we're not being productive, where we're not waking up early, where we're not doing the things that we've set out to do. But if you're showing up, trying to do those things, and there's like this force coming at you, trying to sit you down, you may have to reevaluate. But I want to tell you that just because everyone else is out there knocking things off their list, I need you to give yourself some grace if that's not what you're doing. Maybe God's trying to tell you something. Maybe he's trying to grow something in you. Maybe he's trying to take you to another level. Maybe he's trying to download a new strategy within you. But you've been bouncing and doing and trying to make things happen yourself, and he can't speak because you're doing other things. Right? So there's this, my words have escaped me, this thing, if you will, where in society, we feel this pressure that we have to keep up with all those around us. But that is not true. Whatever season somebody else is in, that's their season. You can't jump yourself into somebody else's season and say, that's mine too. You gotta ask God, partner with him and say, hey Lord, where do you want me in this season? What do you want me to do in this season? And that's hard to do whenever you've been so focused on go, 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 trying to make things happen, trying to do things your way, trying to, tackle all the things that you think you should be keeping up with, instead of actually resting. Now, when I speak of resting, when I say resting in him, it doesn't mean sleeping. Resting in God does not mean going to bed and going to sleep. It looks a bit like waking up in the morning and being grateful. It looks a bit like just going for a walk and having peace and just praying to God and just admiring the beauty around you. Rest with him does not look like doing all the things, keeping busy, following everybody else, doing as much as you can till you pass out at night. That is not resting in him. Now I want to remind you that, again, give yourself some grace, okay? In this season, it's different for everybody. Everybody's season is different. Sure, we're home, and sure, you see everything around you that needs to be done. You have all these ideas that have been downloaded into your spirit previously, all these goals that you want to accomplish. But as I mentioned earlier, all the things that I was trying to do, because I do have goals, God was saying, I need you to do something different. And then I was saying, have you lost your mind? Like, guys, God and I had this relationship where I talked to Jesus and Holy Spirit like we're siblings. Like, we have these conversations because in my world, it's relationship versus, I forgot the word. I have a relationship with God, not religion. I don't deal with religion. He wants us to have a relationship with him. So, and I'll have conversations with him like, you just gave me something else like the other day, and I'm trying to work on that, and here's a new one. But sometimes when God gives us things, we think always that it's a now thing. Sometimes he's downloading things to us to give us ideas to just write down and hold on to. But in our minds, we're thinking, oh, gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it. And sometimes that is the case for some people. But then we take it upon ourselves to make it the case for us too, because that's what we see. But that's not always true. So God was downloading something in my spirit, and he literally cleared out the way for me to work on the thing that he downloaded in me. Isn't that crazy? Like, all the things that I wanted to do, all the things that I was trying to do, he cleared the path and said, girlfriend, you got time, you better sit down and get it done. And I had made a promise to myself a few months prior, well, a few years prior, that I would say yes to God no matter what, because I want to be obedient. I don't want to be the child that's just constantly dismissing what he's saying, constantly dismissing, or living in fear of, I can't, So I just wanted to encourage you guys that just because everyone else around you is getting things done, I want you to give yourself some grace and actually sit and be still and know that he's got it taken care of. What if he was at your door knocking because you've been all over the place, and he came to the door knocking, saying, my sweet daughter, just sit. Just sit and be still. It's so hard to be still in a season when it feels like you should be doing all the things. Right? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I have another part that I will share. And this season for me, God has been taking me through some heart work healing. Like this little thing in here. And I'm reading this book called The Heart Work. I even tried to do a book club on it in my Raw Sisterhood group. But it was like it wasn't coming together. So that's another thing that God was basically saying, just do it with me. Do it with me. Because that would have been another thing that I was trying to make happen, trying to get out there and do, instead of actually just sitting and resting with him, partnering with him, and hearing his voice. There's this one part in here that talks about, I'm going to share that with you. And I was thinking, as I was thinking this morning when I shared a part of this message with my sisterhood group, is that so many times we're holding these feelings in as women. Men do it too, but I can speak to the women. We're holding these feelings in because that's what society has taught us to do. To hold it in, to keep going, to keep pushing, to keep a smile on your face, and to not say anything. But she says, there's nothing more beautiful than when a heavy and hurting soul bravely shares her pain. You might expect to be met with disapproval, but instead you're met by cries of "me too," and "I thought I was the only one." How many times have you thought that you were the only one feeling a certain way because you were looking at the world thinking they all had it together? This is my dog trying to get into stuff. Go, Thor. Thinking that they had it all together. But then you start thinking everybody else has it all together. You start to look at yourself as a failure, as somebody that's not enough, as somebody that just can't get their crap together, right? Don't fall into that trap, okay? And then this is when you realize that the very thing you've been hiding from others is the very thing others needed you to share all along. When your own failures, weaknesses, and traumas, they no longer own you, and it gives others permission and courage to do the same. So I hope you guys find some encouragement in that. Maybe you've been beating yourself up recently and been feeling like you're not doing enough because you see everybody else just kicking butt and taking names. Why not partner with God and ask Him what is His assignment for you in this season? What if that assignment is to literally just sit and be still? You have the time to do it. Sit and be still and listen to Him. Maybe you've been praying for Him to answer something and He's coming at you with this answer. It may not be the answer the way you wanted it answered, but He's coming at you with the answer if you sit and be still. And you realize after you fight, after you struggle with whatever He's trying to tell you, after you kick and scream a little bit, that, well, God, you're right. You answered my prayers, but I was sitting here fighting all along. He has something special for you as well in this season. Even if you're not kicking butt and taking names, even if you're not doing other things, remember that it's okay to not do other things. It's okay to just enjoy life right where you are, right in this season, quietly, just resting your spirit, resting your soul, going for a walk and admiring the clouds, admiring the trees, admiring the flowers, seeing the beauty. Because when you start to do that, when you start to rest in Him, your eyes and your heart will begin to open to what He has for you in this season. You guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope that encourages you somewhere along the way. And if you like this message, if it reached you, if it hit a spot where like, yep, that hit me right in the stomach, like I've been feeling this, share it. Because I can guarantee you that somebody else might be feeling the same way. And let's help our sisters out. Our sisters might be beating themselves up today and thinking that they gotta go do other things when this one little message can give them some grace and let them let it go. Once again, guys, I'm Crystal Kiefer with Crystal Kiefer Inspired. I'm an artist, photographer, and a writer. And my mission here is to bring truth, light, and encouragement to as many women as possible, helping them to realize who they are and allow them to tell their story while leaving them ridiculously hopeful for tomorrow. Guys, comment below, like it, share it, and most of all, I hope you guys know that you're so loved, you're a masterpiece, and no matter what it is that you're going through in the season, it's going to be okay. Have faith that it's going to be okay, that it's already taken care of. Until next time, guys, see you later.